Right, hello everyone and welcome to this new video on the channel. So, a couple of weeks ago I did a video ranking every League 2 club's ground. So, this week I'm going to do each League 2 club's away day. So, like I said, there's a lot of different things that go into an away day, and I know from start I probably am going to contradict myself on quite a few of these. You've got so many stuff like the actual, away section in the ground itself, what facilities are like at the ground, what there is to do around the ground, what pubs there is, how close it is to public transport, how easy it is to get to, all them different type of things. Some are a lot better than some in some areas, some are a lot better than some in other areas. So yeah, it's pretty tough, to be fair, to compare every single factor, but I'm going to do best here and do an overall opinion on each team's away day. So without further ado, let's get into this video. So let's start off at the bottom, and we're going to go from bottom to top. So I've done every single away day in League 2 apart from my own team, which is Doncaster Rovers. So we're going to get a bit of a dummy ranking, Doncaster Rovers, because like I say, I've not actually done it as an away day, but I do know what it is like for an away experience, know what the pubs are like around it, and all that sort of stuff. So anyway, we're going to start off at the bottom. Someone has to come in bottom, and for 24th place I have gone for Salford City. Now with Salford, probably one of the only positives is I've got Manchester quite close to it. However, Salford isn't easy to get to from Manchester. Public transport's not that great. I think you can get a bus, but it's not the easiest to get to from Manchester itself. In terms of the ground, there is absolutely nothing around it to do beforehand. The away end, it's all right. The terracing's okay, and you've got some seating on the side, but other than that, facilities in the away end are absolutely shocking. Basically, just a load of porta cabins behind the stand. It's kind of like the class of 92 spent all this money getting the team up. They've kind of forgot about the facilities in the away end and the away end itself. Probably the worst tours I've ever been in, but yeah, I'm just not a fan of Salford. I've done it once. It's one of them that I never really look to do again unless there's something at stake. So yep, someone's got to come bottom, and that is Salford. Second bottom, in 23rd, I have gone for Barrow. Now, in terms of, getting there, obviously people are coming from different parts of the country to get there, but Barrow's one of them. No matter where you go from it is very, very hard to get to. Even the local rivals, Carlisle, it takes about 2 hours to get there. It's just in the middle of absolutely nowhere, and the away end's awful. You've got very limited view. I mean, I've not been since I put the poles in, that temporary stand on the side, but even then it's covered in poles. The old away end is awful as well. You couldn't see the corner flag at one of the pictures, and a lot of the other goal that you're behind. And yeah, facilities, we've got the bog standard. The fan zone's not too bad, to be fair, at Barrow, but other than that, it's just not a good away day, to be fair. It's definitely one that I'd put near the bottom. Third bottom, I have gone for Gillingham. The only saving grace really for Gillingham is you've got London not too far away, about 45 to 50 minutes on the train. So if you're doing Gillingham away, what I'd do is spend a bit of time in London first and then get a direct train down to Gillingham, because there's not really a lot to do in there, and if it rains you are screwed because the concourse is all outdoors, and you've got a bit of seating that's undercover on the side, but most of it is on that scaffolding stand behind the goal. So like I say, if you got a rainy day, then just unlucky really. There's one pub that lets you in. It's not the best of pubs, to be honest with you. All the rest are very kind of not very away fan friendly. So yeah, not really a lot to do around Gillingham, if I'm being honest. The concourse isn't great either. So yeah, I'd stick with London and then go in late towards kick-off you're doing Gillingham. So yeah, that's why it's third bottom. And very similar to Gillingham in terms of what I've just described about staying in London and then going down. In 21st I have got Bromley. This is just above Gillingham, to be fair. For one, the away end facilities aren't great, but I'd say, the stand is a bit nicer than the one at Gillingham, and you have got a few pubs in and around Bromley, so, it's a bit better in terms of stuff to do before the match. But yeah, very similar to Gillingham, about the same distance away from London city centre itself. So I'd stay in London for a bit and then go down. You've got Wetherspoons just outside the train station at Bromley South, and a few other pubs on the way. Other than that, it's a bit in the middle of nowhere. Facilities are shocking in the away end. We had one women's toilet, which didn't work great either, and yeah, the queues were ridiculous. But yeah, other than that, it's it's not the best. So I'm sure they'll improve the longer they're in League 2. But yeah, Bromley are fourth bottom. In 20th, I've gone for Colchester United. Now I don't actually mind Colchester away. The away end is quite nice. You got a good view of the pitch, kind of, no matter where you are behind the goal. But in terms of away day, it's absolutely in the middle of nowhere. As you know, you'll know, it's just off the motorway. The town centre itself, or city centre, is a good 40-minute walk away. I have heard from a Colchester fan they are building some, transport modes, improving the transport from the city centre to the ground, so that'd be good once that's in, but there's very little to do. They're building a bit more around it. I think they have got a Hollywood Bowl and stuff like that, but still not a lot actually around the ground itself. The away end's not too bad, to be fair, but other than that, it's kind of in the middle of nowhere with not a lot to do. 19th, I've gone for Harrogate Town, and this really does depend on how you get there. If you get the train and go into the town centre first and then go to the ground, it's one of my favourite away days, but if you just go straight to the ground, it's a pretty poor away day, and probably one of the bottom two, if not the worst. The town centre is really good. Expensive, but, you've got a really good Wetherspoons, you've got all sorts, you've got a better tea room, if that's what you're into, and, quite a few nice pubs as well around the town centre. A good one, I think it's the Empress, which is about halfway from the town centre to the ground, which breaks the 30-odd minute walk up. But at the ground, there's very little actually around the ground to do. The away end is not very good at all. There's basically nothing in the away end. You can't get a drink. Food's all right, but it's not the best of away ends, to be honest with you. I'm not sure if, they're on about they are building a bar in there, so I don't know if that is up yet. I couldn't get there this year because it was a Thursday night and my car broken down, so I couldn't get there. But, like I say, the town centre itself is pretty good. So if you go on the train, have a bit of time in the town centre, and then it's about a 30-minute walk to the ground from there. So that's how I do it. So, yeah, it's one of them. It's pretty good on the train, but if you're just going straight there, it's not the best. In 18th, I've gone for MK Dons. I've been 3 times now to MK Dons, and each time I just get less and less impressed with it, to be honest with you. First time I went, it was kind of my first away day, so I got a bit of nostalgia from that, which I really enjoyed. But each time I visit, I realise, compared to other away days, it's not actually that good. Around the ground, you've got a TGI Fridays, however, I know we're talking from going bust last time we went, so whether that's still up, I don't know. If not, there's not really going to be anywhere close to the ground that you can go to beforehand. They've got quite a lot of food stuff, but not really a pubs route like that. In the concourse, you can't deny it's a very, very good stadium. Facilities are excellent. You've got a padded seat to watch the game in. However, the atmosphere is pretty poor, to be honest, and a lot of time they do put you quite a bit away on your own, so it's never a good atmosphere at MK, or for best fan experience. But the town centre, you've got Bletchley, which is about a 40-minute walk away, and it's a very, very long walk. I think I did about 25,000 steps when I did MK Dons way this year. You got a Wetherspoons in there, but not really a lot else, to be fair. So yeah, not really a lot to do, but the facilities are pretty good, which is why MK Dons are where they are. In 17th, I've gone for Newport County. Now, something that does boost Newport's score up is the away end actually has their own pub, which is real nice. You've got shirts on the wall, and it's literally not even a concourse. You've got your own pub in the away end, which is pretty cool, to be fair. But other than that, there's it's all right. There's a few pubs and that around Newport which are all right, and the away end, it depends where you get. You've got the side, which is all right. It's not one of the best away ends, to be honest with you. And then you've got the temporary seating behind the goal, so it's all right. It's not definitely not the worst, but it's not one that you'd be looking for, what you're looking forward to doing when you look at the fixtures at the start of the season. In 16th, I've gone for Cheltenham Town. Now, the town centre of Cheltenham is absolutely lovely. You've got a brewery right next to the train station. The town centre itself's all right. You've got a few pubs in there. The only problem is it's absolutely miles away from everything. The stadium's about a 40-minute walk from the station, and the town centre's about halfway point, so you're walking a long way if you're not getting Ubers and stuff like that. At the ground itself, there's very little around the ground. You can't drink inside the ground. It's very limited in terms of catering actually at the ground, although we got our own fan zone, which we're all right, it did the job, but we're all outdoors, so if you pick a bad day weather-wise, then you are in trouble. But it's all right. Facilities in the ground and stuff around the ground isn't great. The town centre's all right, like I say, but other than that, it's it's okay. In 15th place, I've gone for Warsaw. You've got quite a nice bar which lets away fans in as well at at the club. They've recently redone it as well, so that is real nice. We went on Boxing Day as well, so we were on the coach for this one. In terms of the town centre, there's a few stuff in there. You can get the train from there straight to the ground. But yeah, in terms of around the stadium, there isn't really anything else other than the fan zone. The away end's all right, to be fair. It's pretty standard for League Two. The bar in the concourse and the catering's, it's not the best, not the worst. It does the job, I suppose. But yeah, overall it's you know, it's a pretty alright away day, I'd say. 14th place, I've gone for Swindon Town. Now, this is basically, you know, if I were to describe an average, you know, meh away day, it will be Swindon Town, to be fair. There's not really anything bad about it, but there's not a lot that's amazing about it either. You know, it's kind of down the middle. The away end's alright. You're kind of on the side. You got, you know, you're quite high up. I don't mind the away end. Inside the concourse, it could really do you a lick of paint, but it's okay. In terms of stuff around, the advertisement for the cricket club and the bar at the ground would let away fans in, and they didn't. So you've got like I think it's a Green King pub, about 10-15 minute walk from the ground. Other than that, there's not a lot else close-ish to the ground. Yeah, you can go into the town centre. I think there's a few pubs in there, but yeah, it's not one that you look for. But like I say, not really bad with it, but not really out great about it either. 13th, I've gone for Port Vale. Now, we actually really enjoyed Port Vale away. First away game of the season I went to. We won. We got to top at league that day, and it was lovely weather. And yeah, we had a good day of it. But Port Vale it's not the easiest to get to, I'll be honest with you. In actual the area that Port Vale is in, you can't really get into any pubs. They're not very away fan friendly at all. To be fair, the away end's quite nice. You've got a few poles in the way and stuff like that, but other than that, you know, it's not a bad away end. You know, quite big, and you can really fill it out if you want to. The away concourse isn't bad either. It's outdoors, so you know, hopefully you go on a nice day. But other than that, we actually went into Stoke, and there's not a lot in Stoke either, to be fair, but we went to a Wetherspoons in Stoke for quite a bit, got some food there, got some breakfast there, and then headed over to Port Vale in an Uber not long before kickoff. So yeah, my advice, probably go to that Wetherspoons in Stoke and then make your way over to Port Vale if you are doing this one. 12th place, I've gone for Chesterfield. You've got quite a few, you know, pubs and that in the town centre. It's about a 30-minute walk from the ground. The away end, every time I seem to go, it seems to be a different away end. This time we were on the side, which it were all right, but we sold it out. It were quite cramped, if I'm being honest with you. You got a real nice, it's a bit like kind of like the stack of Walmarket if you're from Donny, you'll know what I mean. It's kind of like a big food and drink kind of like venue where they have like all different food courts and stuff like that, and a bar as well. So we went there before, and that were absolutely fantastic. It's literally right across the road from the ground, which I really enjoyed. But you know, it's not a bad away day at all, Chesterfield, which, you know, I probably would say it's about the middle, which is why it's in mid-table. In 11th, I've got probably one of the more underrated away days that we've got, and that is Accrington Stanley. I really do like Accrington away. Like I say, it's about a 20-25 minute walk from the town centre to the ground. You've got a few nice pubs in there. We went to the Wetherspoons. We've got a few others as well, like a sports bar, which let away fans in. And when you get to there is a clubhouse right next to it, which does let away fans in as well. And if you get on a sunny day, it is an absolutely superb away day with the open terrace. And if not, which we had 40-mile-per-hour wind and rain, yeah, it can be a nightmare in that terrace. But yeah, if you get on a good day, you can get sunburnt. If not, you're going to get absolutely soaked. The away concourse isn't bad either. Like I say, it's not really covered, so if you throw it down like us, you're going to get wet. But yeah, I always think it's a very underrated away day at Accrington. So yeah, I've got it in 11th. In 10th place, I've gone with Morecambe, and you can probably tell that there's a few more coming up that, in my opinion, you can't beat an away day at the seaside. In terms of at the ground, there's one pub which is pretty good. I think it's a Marston pub, just literally outside of the ground. It's a big pub. It's pretty good with away fans as well. In the concourse, it's a decent sized concourse, to be fair, if you can see it a bit. Apparently the one behind the terracing is quite cramped though, but nevertheless they do good food, good drink. So yeah, all good. And then, like I say, 20 minutes away, you have got the coast of Morecambe. You've got a few pubs around there. You've obviously got the seaside and stuff like that. So yeah, I mean, I've been to Morecambe twice, once on the coach, once on the train, and I do quite like Morecambe, to be fair, which is why it makes the top 10. In 9th, I've gone for AFC Wimbledon, another one like Gillingham and Bromley, where it's probably a good idea to go to London first, go around a few, and then get the underground to Wimbledon. Around Wimbledon, there are a few pubs and stuff like that, a few stuff around the ground itself. The away end, it's one of them as well. It's all outdoors, so if it's raining, you are going to get wet. But we do staple food and drinks. I think I had a pretty good pie from there last time I went, to be honest with you. But yeah, out of the London ones, it's probably is the better of the three. There's quite a good away pub. I can't remember the name off the top of my head. And then obviously I've got London, which isn't too far away. So yeah, that's probably why Wimbledon is in my top 10. In 8th place, I've gone for Carlisle United. So it's one I've actually only done once and went on my coach, so I stayed around the ground. And there's quite a lot of stuff to do, to be fair. There's the rugby club which opens, which is a really good setup, to be fair. And then they've got a fan zone outside. When we went, it were absolutely throwing it down, so there weren't many out there, but we have got that as well. And then if you look into the city centre, you know, we've got quite a few pubs. It's not bad in terms of distance from the train station as well, and the away end's pretty good. You're on the side of the pitch, and I caused a bit of controversy with the last one, but I was saying I like how it goes off the edge of the pitch. It's built a bit too far to one side, but I quite like that, to be fair. You've got a good view of the whole pitch. The facilities inside are pretty good as well. So yeah, I don't mind Carlisle personally, apart from how long it takes to get there from Donny. But yeah, it's, you know, pretty good away day, and I'm sure they are going to be missed in the National League. In 7th, I've gone for Bradford City. I've done Bradford 3 times now over the last 3 seasons, and each one's been a bit of a different experience. One on the coach to a 3 o'clock one on the coach to a nighttime game, and one on the train to a day game. So done pretty much every way you can do it, and I went this season on the train for the first time, and it's definitely gone up in my estimations. Bradford City has. In terms of pubs, you know, you got a few in Bradford, but to be fair, we went to Leeds, had a few round Leeds, and then got a quick train over to Bradford. Good day all in all, and went for an Indian at the International, which was absolutely superb. And of course, when you're in the ground, it's a fantastic stadium. I rated it the highest in League 2. The away end's pretty good on the side. You've got a good view of the other 2 towering stands and the pitch as well. And yeah, it's overall it's not a bad away day. Like I say, it's probably not one of the better ones in terms of stuff to do in Bradford, but you know, if you do it right, you can make a good day of it, and you know, it is a pretty good away day all in all. In 6th place, I've gone for Crewe Alexandra. So I'm not too big a fan of the actual away end itself. It's, you know, you're way along at the side of the pitch, you get the full length, not very high, but you know, it's an alright away end, but definitely not the best, and the concourse isn't the best either. But in terms of the day, Crewe is pretty good. The train station is literally right next to the ground, just down the road. You've got plenty of pubs you can go to as well, and it was short last time I went, but we do have one of the best chippies in the EFL as well, so plenty to do around it. For the playoff game, we didn't get let in the clubhouse, but we got let in at the other times, and that's pretty nice as well. We have the early kick-off on, so that is always, you know, good to watch. In terms of the concourse, like I say, it's all outdoors. It's quite cramped as well, especially if you sold quite a few tickets. So the actual away end and concourse isn't the best, but in terms of stuff to do around Crewe, it is definitely one of the better ones. In 5th place, and like I say, it's a bit of a dummy ranking this, I've gone for my team, Doncaster Rovers. Always hard to you know, rank your current team, especially when you haven't done it as an away day. Like I said, this is the only one I haven't actually done as an away day, but you know, going off what there is, the location of the ground isn't the best, to be fair. That's probably the only thing that lets it down, but in terms of in the ground, you know, facilities are excellent. You've not got a bad view no matter where you sit in the away end, and especially if you've got a big following, you can really pack out the away end as well. But in terms of, you know, stuff to do, unless you bring a very big following, you usually get let in to Bellevue Bar at the ground. You got Beefeater just down the road if you want a drink, and then in town itself there's absolutely loads of pubs. Pretty much all of them are away fan friendly as well, and yeah, it's one that people always, you know, say is a very good away day from other clubs. I'd say 5th's about right. Like I say, it is always hard to judge your own club, but you know, based on the circumstances, I would put us in 5th. Okay, so for the next 2, these aren't mainly on the place itself, but it's based on the place next door to him. So you can probably guess these next 2. In 4th place, I have gone for Fleetwood Town, and of course you have got their noisy neighbours, Blackpool, just down the road, and you can make a good day of Fleetwood, to be fair. Unfortunately, we had them on a Tuesday night this week, which scuppered my plans, as I didn't have enough holidays to book a couple of days off. But you know, you can have you can go into Blackpool beforehand, and then you can get the tram down to Fleetwood as well, which adds to the Blackpool experience. And even if you just go to Fleetwood, to be fair, I had a really good time the first time I went, which were on the coach. We've got Jim's Bar attached to the ground, which lets home and away, and it's probably my favourite bar that's connected to a ground. It's an absolutely brilliant bar. You know, It's got almost everything. Absolutely fantastic. And yeah, you know, the away end's not bad either. You know, you got terracing and you're in the modern stand if you're seating as well. The concourse area in there is pretty good as well, because you can get 2 stands in and, you know, plenty of space and stuff like that. Yeah, I always enjoyed Fleetwood. I always look forward to going to Fleetwood. It's going to be one I'm going to miss now that we're in League One. But yep, Blackpool being just next door definitely helps Fleetwood, so they are going into 4th. In 3rd place, I have gone for Tranmere Rovers. Now, of course, Tranmere, you've got Liverpool just across the water, about 10 minutes in an Uber from Liverpool Lime Street will take you to Tranmere. And in Liverpool, you've got so many bars. There's just that one street, I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head, it's Matthews Street or something like that. It has got every single bar that you could, you know, ask for. You've got the Cavern Club, you've got lots of other stuff, and if you go to there afterwards, you have buskers all around. It's such a good atmosphere, and you can really make a good day of it. But also, you know, around the ground at Tranmere, it's not bad either. You've got a Green King pub, which can get quite busy, but that is just across from the ground. And next to the ground, you've got a gazebo, which lets home and away fans in. It can get very busy in there, but, you know, it is good if you can get a spot in there. And if not, there is, you know, just outside it, there's some really good food trucks. And the away end at Prenton Park, I was really impressed with it. You've got a great view of the pitch and the other 3 stands as well. You've got the Cop right across, which is huge. You've got the other big stand to the right, and then you've got a smaller stand to the left. I'm a big fan of Tranmere away. Is one I always enjoy, hence why it's taking the bronze medal. In 2nd place and taking the silver medal, I've gone for probably the one that most people would have at the top of their list, and that is Notts County. Now, Nottingham is such a good city. If you love, like I say, your pubs and stuff like that, Nottingham is a very, very good city to go to. You've got all sorts around. And like I said, we'd sold it out last game at season, and they'd brought a bumper crowd too. So sometimes when that happens, you can't get in as many places. However, they were fantastic. You can get absolutely anywhere. And whether you're in shirts or not, it were absolutely fantastic. I really enjoyed it. And the away end, I'm a big fan of Meadow Lane. The away end is superb. You're on the side, you know, you've got a great view of the pitch as well. Concourse can be a bit cramped, but they do let you outside anyway, so you can get some fresh air, and you know, you've got a bit more space out there than in the concourse. But yeah, Nottingham is such a great city with so much to do, so it rightly takes the silver medal. And finally, in top place, if you follow me on all my social medias and YouTube, you'll not be surprised at my top pick, and that is Grimsby Town. To be fair, I think Notts easily could be number 1, but I am kind of always down on the hill that Grimsby is my favourite away day. So, yeah, it's got to be Grimsby for me. On the coast, you've got lots and lots of pubs and bars. It's it's a proper old school ground, proper old school away end. You know, the ground is a bit run down, but, you know, it's a proper, like I say, proper ground. In between, lots of terrace houses. You got the seaside, you got Papa's Fish and Chips, Still Fish and Chips, whichever you want to pick. Yeah, it's just a superb away day. Lots of pubs. We always stay over for the weekend for it. It's always has been my favourite away day. So yeah, I can't pick anything other than Grimsby away for my favourite away day. And there you have it. They are my League 2 away days ranked 1 to 24. So let me know yours in the comment. What's your favourite away day? What do you think the worst away day is? And let me know your thoughts on my picks as well. Like I say, it's just my opinion, so don't take it too seriously if I've put your club lower than you think. But nevertheless, get in the comments and let me know your thoughts. So anyway, I'm going to leave this video here for today. So thank you very much for watching. If you're new around here, please remember to subscribe to the channel, and also drop video a like, whether you're an old or new viewer. Very close to 2,000 subscribers now, so any support is greatly appreciated. Let's aim for 50 likes on this video, which no one can hit. And also, please remember to follow my social media at Adam Gittings PT on pretty much everything. So until the next video, thank you very much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.